Welcome, Coaches Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi. Welcome our guest, former Butler High School cross country and track star, our 2022 Male Athlete of the Year, now starring at the University of Notre Dame, CJ Singleton. CJ, congratulations. Thanks for joining us. And let's, your congratulations on you winning or placing fifth with the 3,000 meter steeplechase at Eugene, Oregon. That qualifies you as an All-American and for the Olympic trials. And you'll be back at Eugene at the end of this week to compete for the Olympics.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah.
So how'd you go from Butler cross country and track 1,600, 3,200 to Notre Dame? How'd you get into the steeplechase? A lot of runners don't like to do it. It's very grueling and demanding, is it not?
Yeah, no, it is. It's a tough race, but it was something I always at least wanted to try when I got there. It takes a little bit of athleticism, and so I like to think that I'm a fairly athletic runner. So I gave it a shot. I have a really good steeple coach at Notre Dame, and found some success pretty early with it. And yeah.
What's the most difficult part of the steeplechase that maybe people don't understand?
It's 7 laps of hurdling. So it gets really tiring really quickly. And then you got the water jump every lap. So your 6th, 7th lap, you got to get over that hurdle and the water jump. It's pretty tiring on the legs. It kind of takes you got to have some guts to get over that and just send yourself over. But it's part of the fun.
Now, how do you train for this to build the endurance to run this race?
Yeah, I train just like a regular track runner. Kind of have the strength of a 10K runner, but once a week on Mondays we're at the track early, working on our hurdles, working on some hip strength, and not too much different.
So you have it set up at Notre Dame. You actually run through the water when you're practicing too.
We don't do water jumps too often. The week before a race, we'll get a couple water jumps in, but it's mostly hurdling technique that we're concerned with. That's the big thing.
So you're also running cross country. So you're running year round. So do you ever take a break at all?
We don't really get any breaks. Next week after the trials, I'll probably get a couple of days off, but then it's right back into cross country season. I'm already a little bit behind. All my teammates have been training for a couple of weeks now, but just right back into it.
So what's a typical workout or work day for you, either cross country or here in this case with the steeplechase?
Yeah, it's actually pretty similar to high school, which is kind of one of the things that drew me there. I wanted to keep that same routine. That's worked for me. So it's classes in the morning, and then we'll have a practice at 3:30, maybe a lift, usually something after practice, and then dinner and homework, and right back to it the next day.
So you're also a student there. You're majoring in accounting, not easy. So how do you balance the two?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Definitely a lot harder than high school, and
they're not cutting you any slack
No,
academically at Notre Dame.
No, yeah. So I mean, the grades aren't the same as they were at Butler, but I was prepared really well there, and I keep up.
Tim Brown was a Heisman Trophy winner at Notre Dame. Do you know the story? He went and received the Heisman Trophy. He missed the final class. I forget what it was. And he got an F. And he said, I was at the Heisman Trophy. And the prof said, you missed your class. And Notre Dame backed up the prof. He had to take that class over again to get his degree. So it's a no-nonsense situation there academically.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Now, when you go to Eugene, Oregon, you may be running in temperatures of close to 100 degrees, high humidity. How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, I mean, South Bend doesn't prepare us too well for that. But I mean, everyone's got to deal with it. For me, who doesn't really have the greatest shot, I'm not a favorite to make that team. It's honestly better for me. External factors may get to guys more than others, so we're gonna do our best to handle that heat. We're gonna put on ice vest before the race, and just
ice vest. This is something new. I never heard of this.
Yeah, so I'll do my warm up, and then we'll put some ice vests on. Just big. It looks like a bulletproof vest, but has some ice packs all through it.
Now, will you drink a large amount of water, or there's other drinks that you'll have, sports drinks in addition to that?
I'll try to drink, probably over a gallon of water a day, and then mix in some electrolytes throughout the day. But nothing fancy.
Years ago, I heard some European runners were drinking pickle juice. Do you do that too?
I do not do that. I drink beet juice and cherry juice. Kind of helps with soreness and some inflammation, but pickle juice kind of works the same way.
So let's talk about what you drink. How about what you eat to maintain your weight with the rigorous training schedule that you have?
Yeah, I think my coach would like me to watch what I eat a little bit more. I made a bet with him that if I was an All-American, he'd buy me jelly beans after the race. So he had to do that. But it's it's whatever. It's just trying to get calories in. You burn a lot of calories throughout the day. So probably like 4 meals a day and working some other things in throughout the day.
So this will be this race for you coming this Friday, the 21st. This is the first leg. Let's say where do you have to finish in this race?
I believe it's top 5 in the first race, and then I'll move on to the U.S. final on Sunday, and then top 3 there will go to the Olympics.
And that'll all be in Eugene,
Mm-hmm.
the finals. So you have to finish in the top 5 on Friday, and then on Sunday, if you finish in the top 5, again, you qualify.
Top 3 on Sunday.
Top 3 on Sunday. So we were talking before when I had Drew on about, you have Jordan Geis from Knock High School who's competing. So we could have 2 athletes within 15 miles of one another in the Olympics from this area. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet to think about. Yeah.
Now, let me mention Drew, who was on our show here a couple of weeks ago, and he had a fantastic year. Matter of fact, broke a lot of your records, and yet you were rooting for him and pushing for him, and now he's going to be rejoined with you as your teammate at Notre Dame. That's pretty impressive of you encouraging him. What are you going to tell him about coming to Notre Dame?
I think he's already got it figured out, but it's a great experience. He's going to love it. I'm super excited to be teammates with him again, and looking forward to him continuing to run fast and faster than me. So,
what's the best thing about being a student athlete at Notre Dame?
It's a special place. There's so many perks about it. Obviously, there's some downsides like trying to keep up academically, but it's just so special. There isn't one thing that I could say makes it all worth it. Just being there every day, getting to see the dome, getting to see the cathedral. It's just so cool. It's a humbling experience, and I enjoy it every day.
Well, CJ, we wish you all the luck in the world and look forward to you and the challenge. I'll be watching Friday night. Wish you all the luck in the world, and I know you're going to give it all your all. That's for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Okay, I'll be right back with Ellen George.
What you doing?
I'm gonna fix that toilet.
A sledgehammer.
Hey, you never know.
Maybe we should call a plumber.
No, I got this.
At Armstrong Comfort Solutions, our professional plumbers and service techs are standing by to help with all your plumbing and HVAC needs.
Everything okay down there?
Maybe I should call Armstrong Comfort Solutions.
Armstrong Comfort Solutions, where comfort is our middle name.
I'm back, joined to my right by the Swami, George Abraham, to my left at Tiger Albert Campman. Guys, we're headed into a historic weekend with 2 area athletes competing for the Olympics. CJ Singleton in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. He has to finish in the top 5 this Friday night, and then the top 3 on Sunday. He makes the Olympics. Same thing with the Knock Nest monster, Jordan Geis. This is really, it's already historical to me because they're already competing for a berth. For both of them to make it would be amazing.
It will be celebrating.
Yeah,
That's for sure. The Singleton young man I don't know as well, but Jordan we know really well, and they've been probably thinking about this for a long time in their goals, because you only get so good. You can only be so good to do this.
Right.
They have to be unbelievable.
You're competing against the best of the rest.
That's all, just the rest of the world. That's all.
Yeah, and Geis is a shot put and a hammer.
Yeah.
Both of
Yeah.
those. Let's go to a boys 2A PIAA lacrosse championship. Mars took a 6-2 lead over Marple Newton early second quarter, only to see the Tigers come storming back and outscoring the Planets 9-3 the rest of the way to win their second straight PIAA title in 3 straight meetings with Mars. Mars won in 2022 for the Planets, 20-4 on the season. Winners of 4 straight WPIAL titles. Another great season, but I know they're disappointed in that loss.
So what's the name of that team, Eddie?
Marple Newton.
Marple Newton.
Marple Newton. They
Philadelphia.
must concentrate hard on lacrosse. Jeez.
See, it's
To beat Mars.
well, in that Delmarva Peninsula, they're right there with Delaware. Like they're in that lacrosse
So they
area.
played it before.
I would say
Yeah.
I'm
Grew up
just
with
guessing they played long before the Mars.
Yes.
I'm just guessing.
And that's just a devastating loss in a way, because you jump out to a 6-2 lead.
Yeah.
You're feeling pretty good about yourself early in the second quarter.
Mhm.
But let's give Marple Newton credit. They came storming back. They didn't.
Well,
they weren't phased.
they're back-to-back state
Back-to-back
champions.
state
Well,
champs.
And it wouldn't surprise me one bit just sitting here saying, next year, Marple Newton and Mars are
It might be pretty,
state
yeah,
champions.
really.
Hey, baseball finals, really not much. Speaking of the WPIAL and Western PA, 6A, Hempfield, Landisville, 3, LaSalle College, 2. Those are 2 familiar names. We hear them in all other kinds of sports also. And 5A, Governor Mifflin, 2. They beat Hollidaysburg 1
You know,
for the
Hollidaysburg-
first state title ever for Governor
That
Mifflin.
Hollidaysburg, remember that great Little League team outfield?
Yeah.
Listen to this. The team Hollidaysburg beat had 7 D1 players.
71.
7.
You look that team up for us. I want to hear the
Where they from?
exaggeration.
Yeah, where they
I
from?
want to
Yeah.
read more about it.
Yeah, where are they from,
I've
too?
heard that story. They have 7. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
They had 2.
Kid pitched for him, a 9th grader. Come in and got him out in the last inning. But then they lose 2-1, so they must have been great
And-
pitching, bad hitting.
And while Hempfield and Landisville, they have an outstanding pitcher,
Okay.
too.
Most of them do, right?
Yes.
If
And
you get this far, you have to.
Yeah.
I just have one.
Four,
anyway.
4A Holy Ghost Prep, 6 Indiana, 5 another Western Pennsylvania
Yeah,
team
tough one.
losing, and in 3A Newman Goretti 12, Avonworth nothing. That's a little bit of a shocker, doesn't
No,
you
it's no
think?
shocker at all.
12 nothing.
No. That's Avonworth was good, not great. And
Newman
Goretti.
Goretti's like
You talking about
that.
Division 1s?
Yeah.
Well, just whatever the sport is, just stamp them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They're
saying.
there,
That's why I'm
whatever.
not surprised. If it was somebody
But
else,
that they're complaining about a call. It was 12.
Not when it's 12 nothing.
Come
we're
on.
complaining about a call.
Yeah.
All bad.
Jeez.
Change the
Oh,
tone of the game.
jeez. 12-0. Please.
Yeah, just
And in 2A, defending champs Bald Eagle area, they repeat with an 11-3 win over Tri-Valley. There's another outstanding athletic program there. And in Class A, Faith Christian finishes 23-0 with a 4-1 win over Eden Christian.
Lots of Christians in that game.
Yes.
Right?
yeah.
And softball finals, North Penn in 6A 1, Council Rock South nothing. They have an outstanding pitcher. This is a team that knocked out Seneca Valley.
Tells you what, Well, the girls, softball, the pitching is
I'm
everything.
surprised. You're going to surprise me on that. Probably maybe 1 or 2 of these games are high scoring. But most of these games are probably low scoring.
2-1, 3-2, 4.
A little glory for Western PA. Thomas Jefferson in 5A, they win the state championship, beating Pittstown area 2-1.
I think it was extra innings, I think.
But was it? And in 4A, Blue Mountain beat Elizabeth Forward 4-0. 3A Harbor Creek 1, Juniata nothing. Here we go, low scoring.
Hear those scores.
And in 2A, Neshannock, a great year, 12. South Williamsport 2.
Addie Fry.
Yeah.
Addie Fry moved in from Sharpsville to Neshannock and just took over, and the rest of the girls are pretty good. But she's
They're
just
all
done-
back but 3.
She's done. Well, she's back.
Yeah, so
Addie Fry's
she's
back.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Class A, DuBois Central Catholic 2, Carmichael's nothing. So not a good year for Western Pennsylvania baseball, softball wise. Boys volleyball semis, Meadville 20-0. They defeated Mars 3-1. Mars, the WPIAL champs. They finished 22-1 and the best volleyball season in program history.
Yeah, it's good and everything now.
And-
Used to that.
And the 2A championship, Meadville 3, Mannheim Central 1. Meadville finishes undefeated, 21-0. You said they're good.
I knew they were good. That's dominant.
I just drove through yesterday. There were signs. I was in Meadville yesterday.
Right.
Sunday, excuse me. Yeah, there were signs everywhere.
And 3A championship, Shaler 3, Parkland nothing. For the Titans, 20-1. They avenged last year's championship loss to Parkland. You know, they're only lost to North Allegheny in the last 2 years. They've been
Shader's been dominant.
Yeah, they've been
Yes,
dominant.
yes.
Yes, big kids. I saw the celebration. Nice size.
Our stories of the week: Major League Baseball. The Pirates start off the series with the Reds beating the Reds 4-1 behind Paul Skeens, who went 6 innings, struck out 7. He's now 4-0 with a 2.26 ERA. If he keeps it up, you have to say All-Star. I don't know how you can say no.
Well, it's just Keller. Depends how good Keller does, because they don't deserve two. That's
Keller
why.
lost his last outing.
Let's
He's
see what happens.
8-4.
That's what happens with him. Yes.
And the Pirates, that Central Division is a roller coaster. Here's what's funny: you win a game, you move to second place.
You lose,
you're back down. You're in
Yeah, they're
last
all
place.
close.
It is a roller coaster, up and down. And who's hot for the Pirates? Brian Reynolds, 15-game hitting streak. He's hitting around 350 in June. 9 homers, around 40 RBIs. McCutchen, give him credit. He's boosted his batting average from 229 up to around 243, 245, and showing a little bit of power with 10 home runs. And Nick Gonzalez, 7-game hitting streak. He's hitting 311. And let me ask you this. You're a big fan of his. Why does he get benched every now and then? Why is he taken out of the lineup?
Analytics. That's what it is.
It makes no sense. that he's
Driving.
taken out of
We
the
can talk about that forever, Eddie. You know how much
Yeah.
we hate it. Just play him. He's not like he's in great shape. He's a young kid. He can play.
And the other thing I like about him, he sprays the ball. He hits the all fields.
So he's the ball hard in all fields,
He
too.
hits
Now Cruz, we've been hard on him. He's boosted his average up to 251. Still, he struck out 85 times, but showing a little bit of improvement at the plate. He still needs to get better there. Now, how about this stat? He's the exit velocity king, hitting a ball 122.4 miles per hour.
Nice.
Now listen to this, what they're saying. The harder you hit the ball, the more your batting average improves. Now, did Clemente and Ted Williams, did they know about that? If you hit the ball
I
hard?
don't think it's too hard to understand.
Hey, you know what? Last night was his 162nd game.
Is that right?
1 year now.
Yeah.
Total
He
game.
can never be a good player because he's the worst hitter in the major leagues against left-handers. Do you understand? You have to take him out. I think you have to take a kid out because he can't. He's hit 104 against
Well,
left-handers.
here I'm giving him some hope for this reason. I remember Stargell had the same problem against.
I hope
left-handed
you're
pitchers.
right.
And Stargell adjusted by hitting the ball the other way. And until you learn to hit the ball the other way and try not to pull everything, you're going to struggle.
I hope you're right because he has talent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who's not hot? Michael Taylor, his batting average
He's not a
is
player, that's
plummeted.
all.
Yeah,
He's the-
down to 198.
I didn't realize they paid him $4 million. I was hoping.
Yeah, too much.
And Connor Joe, he's gone into a huge slump.
I told George on the way up, he's a utility man at best, and
Yeah.
he had to play because they don't have any hitters, and now he's showing what he really can do.
Yeah, he was 6 for 35 going into last
I
night's
don't
game.
surprise me a bit.
Henry Davis hitting 153. They got excited because he hit his first home run. He's now on the injured list. But I watch him, guys, same thing. He tries to pull everything. Seldom does he hit the ball the other way.
When he was a really good hitter in college, he hit the ball the other way. I don't know what happened to his swing, but he has.
Why hasn't it been
I don't
adjusted?
know. I don't know.
Now, Key Brian Hayes, I know he's been injured. He's hitting 240, but the concern here is the power outage. Only 2 home runs and 15 RBIs.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I don't think they can make the playoffs if he doesn't get better. He's going to be the key to the rest of the season. He's got to come on like Reynolds did. He's got
Hey,
to come on.
and tell us, I hate to admit it, he's hot.
He's playing better.
He's had a
He's
good
hitting
June.
better. He's
Yeah.
hitting better. The thing about Hayes, you need from your third baseman and what they're paying him and everything, you need that 20 home run, 80 RBI
There's no reason why he
season.
can't do it. I saw him at the end of last year.
Yeah,
Smacking
last,
the ball
he
all
was
over the
hitting last.
Yeah, what last year he had 70 RBIs,
At the end of the year,
15
at the end of
homers,
the year,
something
he was
like that.
hot.
But now who's really hot? It's reliever Holderman. Man, 2-0, 0.76 ERA in 23 innings. Here's what I like. Only giving up 12 hits.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. That was very, very important because the bullpen wins every game. That's every game. Skeens won 6 last night, like you said. It wasn't like he pitched 8.
Yeah.
Somebody had to go 7, 8, 9 to get through it. They did it last night.
And Bednar's looking better.
Yeah, it's important.
Looking better.
Bullpen has to absorb.
Chapman not walking as many. His walks were his pride. Looking at as many walks as innings.
He's really firing now, though.
Yeah, 99 a couple last night.
At 104 today.
No.
Let's look at the state of Major League Baseball now. The top 20 hitters, how many are hitting over 300?
Not many.
11. 9 under. The highest average is 329.
Doesn't mean anything.
The
That's what
lowest
I'll
is
tell you.
288.
They don't use average.
I
Don't even
use
look
it.
at it.
I don't care. Hey, the Pirates ranked 27th in hitting with a 223 batting average. Here's the state of Major League Baseball hitting. A look at 17 games Tuesday and Wednesday, June 11th and 12th. In those 17 games, 268 batters struck out. 3 games with over 20.
They're proud of it.
San Diego, they're going to give them an award. They only struck out 3 times in a game against Oakland. 43 hitters were hitting under 200. 103 hitting under 250.
But the problem is they don't change, and I'll talk about it again. If you're a great hitter, don't change. But if you're one of those 150 hitters, it might be wise to get inning practice and start changing your swing.
You know, the Yankees and Phillies are an aberration. They're more of a throwback, the way they pound the ball.
Well, they got better
hit
players.
The ball.
They got better players.
Now how, the Cardinals beat the Pirates last week 4-3. Listen to the lineup that the Cardinals had. How are they winning? They had 5 players in that lineup hitting 215 or less, 3 of them under 200. How do you win?
But they're not winning. All these teams are under 500.
It's the roller coaster.
They're all
league.
under 500.
Win
Yeah,
one,
that's
lose
it when
one.
they talk about being the game half out of a wild card. So are 9 others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Houston pitcher Ronel Blanco, 7-inning no-hitter, pulled after 94 pitches. He threw a no-hitter back in April the 1st, and said the concern is the Astros already have 2 pitchers undergoing Tommy John surgery. So did a little look. Last year, between the minor leagues and the major leagues, how many pitchers had Tommy John surgery?
How many?
88. This year, over 19 so far. 35% of major league pitchers had Tommy John surgery last year, and half of the hardest throwing pitchers had Tommy John surgery. So they're pinning the blame on this increased talk of velocity,
Spin rate.
and you hear the announcers hype it up. In 2015, ages 15 to 19, 57% of those pitchers had Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to a doctor and he could tell me what's going on here, because they're supposed to have personal trainers, drive, all these contraptions, stretching bands, and all I see is injuries
And a pitch count. So they're throwing fewer pitchers, but they're more Tommy John surgery. There's an elbow epidemic.
Yeah, it really is.
The other thing I was reading online, this manager last week and over the weekend let a kid throw 240 pitches.
That's
What
not,
level?
It's not happened too
What
many
level?
places.
In the minors?
Not happened too many
No.
places.
Not in high school.
High school. Whatever the equivalent. Not a high school game, like a Legion game.
Legion game where
'Cause
they
this
don't.
lady
Because
sent
in
in
high
the
school
school.
they have pitch
No,
count.
they should. That
That's
shouldn't
what I'm
happen.
saying. It's not happening too often.
But
they
even
count
then,
'em.
common sense should take over.
But this, when you hear, Chapman threw it 104, so these kids are listening.
Yeah.
It's a macho thing. I'm going to go. I'm going to throw harder. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Well, that's all they get. They want is a radar gun. They don't care about throwing strikes. They care about throwing hard. The game's changed so much. It's amazing that.
All their
I can't
analytics,
keep up
all
with
their pitching counts is not stem the increased numbers of Tommy John surgery.
All as I know, the Pirates don't have enough pitchers. They can't even fill in the starting pitchers
They
right
had
now.
2 openers out of 3 out in Colorado.
Hey, the NFL, the Steelers signed cornerback Cam Sutton, a 1-year contract. He could face multiple game suspensions pending the outcome of his legal issues.
He must not hit her hard enough to be. Not
Oh, you got to go back a long time and see. It was Ernie Holmes.
Yeah.
Ernie Holmes
Tried to
he
shoot
would shoot
down
everybody.
a state police
And he played.
helicopter.
He played.
How about Kansas City? They had another guy over the weekend.
Former Steeler.
God,
Former Steeler defensive lineman.
Do you ever draw the line?
No, there's no line.
Charged with theft.
I saw the coach get
And then they
punched.
asked him, you're making millions of dollars. What are you stealing?
I saw Kelsey hit the coach out of the sideline. And you think there's going to be any discipline?
push
I
him
can
down.
just see somebody trying to hit me.
Hey,
This will be the funniest thing you ever see. They said, "Hey, the coach just beat up a player." Man, what the heck? What? I saw it. No,
Do you remember
I saw
the year?
my own eyes.
Do you remember
Kelsey
the year
hit Reed?
they had a bowl game? They had a bowl game, and they took them all to the sponsor and got them like $400 worth of stuff. They caught a guy stealing.
How about Aaron Rodgers, a no-show to the
Oh.
Jets camp? You know, the Jets, to me, they are the most dysfunctional NFL franchise. They can't get it right in the last 40 years with a quarterback. Maybe Richard Todd was a little better. And here's a guy, he's a cancer on the team. He's
He
just
doesn't fit
looking-
anything I want in
No.
an athlete.
Me.
Yeah, he's got it written all over him.
The kid that did the best for the Jets was from Marshall.
Oh, okay.
They won a championship, the division.
Right.
I'm drawing him. You know who I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Byron Leftwich.
No.
No.
I think,
The other kid from Marshall.
Yes.
All right. Hey, NFL Players Association, they want to eliminate June camps in favor of a larger summer camp to save on injuries. Oh, guys, please listen. That injury boat has long sailed. It's out in the dock. It's out in the middle of the ocean.
Chad Pennington.
Yeah. Right. Hey, now the NFL, they keep expanding. They're in London, Ireland, Mexico, Brazil. What's next? They're going
Butler. Let's bring one to Butler. Let's have a metal producer.
Yeah.
He'll have it on his show. What the heck?
We'll
Let's
put
bring
Matt
it.
up in the roof.
Hey, UFL, the Birmingham Stallions, they win their third straight title, defeating San Antonio and Coach Wade Phillips 25-0. Last 3 years, Birmingham under Coach Skip Holtz, they've won 32-4. Guys, is this a big deal or no big deal? 3 straight champions.
Who'd you say?
No, it's big.
That's
no.
how you know it's a big deal to me.
Well, my question
They
is,
have to have the
But,
best
I mean,
team.
they're winning at that level.
but they
have to have the best
they've
team.
rehired everyone and their uncle. This guy doesn't. What did he do?
Holtz.
I asked Al that the other day. Did he burn a bridge? Did he do something?
You know, he has one of the best bowl records
I
as
know.
a college football coach. I don't know. No NFL teams went after him. No college teams went after him.
Never.
I mean, say
Since
what you want.
Louisiana
32-4.
I don't think they know anything about Birmingham Stallions. That's
30.
why.
No, they scout that league. There would be 7, 8 guys in
No,
the
they find a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you give him credit for, I mean, he's there, he's coaching, they're winning. Plain and simple. I don't know when. They may win it again next year.
how many times do they hire some of these clowns?
Yeah, over and over again. Hey, the NBA, the Celtics, they win their 18th NBA title for the city of Boston. That's their 33rd title overall with the Celtics, the Pats, the Red Sox, and the Bruins. I don't know if they have more than New York, but the Yankees have won around 25 or 27
Right.
27.
World Series. So I don't know what something I'd have
My
to
thing
check
is New
on.
York still has more. That's just a guess of mine because you took about all the teams. When the Giants were there and the
Giants 2, the Jets
and the
have 1. There's
Rangers-
30 right
Rangers
there.
and Knicks, yeah, I don't know that.
Are
Hey,
you
guys.
counting the Islanders? You know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
would
you
be.
could.
Yeah.
Hey guys, U.S. Open, Bryson DeChambeau won his second U.S. Open, beating Rory McIlroy by 1 stroke, 6 under to 5 under. Now, McIlroy missed 2 short putts, which would have given him the Open Championship. So, did Bryson win it, or did McIlroy lose it?
McIlroy lost it.
Okay, fair
Wait a
enough.
minute, I'm not done yet though. But I will say he did hit the greatest shot he's ever hit.
He said
on the
that.
sand track.
He said that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's his hard. Hey, how about
Yeah.
this? McElroy had made 496 putts in a row from 4 feet and in.
All
So the
right.
pressure got to him a little bit. Huh?
Must have.
He's not playing. He's taking 2 or 3 weeks
Oh
off. he
yeah,
said.
he's devastated. Did you see him pulling out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we'll finish on this note. The Coney Island 4th of July hot dog eating contest under Nathan's. There will be no Joey Chestnut. Jaws will not be there. The king of indigestion signed another
Why isn't he?
contract.
Why is
He signed with a
Signed
non-meat hot dog.
Another hot dog company. And he's won every title but one since 2007. Yeah, it goes to
So
show
I'm going to
you.
raise my grandson and say, listen, son, don't worry about baseball. Don't worry about it. Start eating hot dogs.
Probably have a better
Hey.
chance.
Hey, it goes to show you.
77 in 10 minutes.
Goes to show you, even Joey Jaws sometimes can bite off more than he can chew.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
That's it for us. We run out of time. We'll see you next week.
Things change. One thing you can count on is that Armstrong always will be Armstrong. We've stood by our name, from our humble beginnings in 1946 through the millions spent expanding fiber broadband in our communities. We've never changed our name to run from our reputation. We've established trust by simply putting our people, customers, and services first. It's a practice that holds true and will continue at Armstrong.